look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Hayward at small forward, with Tatum at the 4. Tucker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Cantor in at the 5. And for New York, Knox and Randall, they're the forwards. Barrett is out there with Dennis Smith, and it's Robinson in at the 5 spot.
The great recognition from Dennis Smith Jr., creating the separation and shooting with confidence.
Walker finds Tatum. Up and in on the layup.
Well, it's easy to say. This guy wanted it more, creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
Now, here's Barrett. He's guarded closely. And shot on the way. And it's Smith missing.
Going for that shot in that situation is something that isn't going to help the offense.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question, Greg. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
From past the arc, drains the three-pointer. Smith's got 5 now.
We know this. When Dennis Smith Jr. starts to roll offensively, he can rain it down from three-point territory.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. New York ahead, up 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
On the court for the Celtics, Walker and Smart, the guards. Hayward at small forward, with Tatum at the 4. And it's Williams at the 5 roaming the paint.
Well, instead of forcing it all the way to the cup, he just goes with that little teardrop.
Here's Smith. Kemba Walker making his last shot. That shot off. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Six on the shot clock. Pass to Hayward. Launches a 3. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
The fast release makes Gordon Hayward such a difficult check. If the defense is giving him any space, forget about it.
Now, here is Smith. He has 5. Out to the right wing. Near the three-point line, it's Bullock. Good work defensively by Smart. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Celtics lead by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with head coach Brad Stevens. Coach, what did you think was the main edge you had?
Well, I thought defensively we were a lot better, and then that led to some offense. But obviously, we're playing a bunch of skilled guys, and we're able to spread the floor, and that's helpful.
You have to make them work at both ends. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. They were a little more aggressive in the second quarter, and it paid off. They went from trailing to now holding a 2-point halftime. And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my main man, Joel.
Joel, what up?
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. A 2-point game. Our second half of basketball. And presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And New York, looking at who they've got. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett and Knox are the wingmen. And it's Smith in at the point guard. From downtown, the shot comes out, and it's Boston the other way. Here's Hayward. Lays it up and banks it in. Hayward's got the lead up to 4 now for the Celtics.
Attacking right there. Hayward using the strength that he has built up over the years to finish through contact.
Smith scanning the floor. To the middle. Here's Randall. No good off the back of the rim.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Celtics out in front, up 4. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for the Celtics, we've got Williams. Smart is out there with Langford. Then there's Daniel Tice. And it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward. New York calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. There's 53 seconds left in the game. Gibson's checked in for Barrett. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldrin.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Fizdale said to the team. He told them to stick with it. He said, this game is right here, guys. This is our game to take. Precision, purpose, and poise. Kevin, we'll see if they can get it done.
Thanks, David. 5 on the clock. Here's Knox. No good. Shot missing. Now Boston takes it the other way. And there's the pass to Langford. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
I think Brown demonstrating he's got a great understanding of the game. He keeps his head moving, his eyes open so he can spot the open man.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Gordon Hayward.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
3-second difference between shot clock and game. Here's Smith. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Tatum. And they go to the intentional foul. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. And so they foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And you always know what you're going to get from Walker from the line. He's been a solid, consistent free throw shooter his entire career.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Passes to Bullock. From deep 3-point range, the shot, no good.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And so it's the Boston Celtics with the W.